Hello, my name is Mark. Welcome back to my home. This is part 2 of our TAB trailer propane systems educational series. This is a series of videos that's going to teach you absolutely everything that you need to know about all of the propane system in your TAB trailer. From top to bottom, front to back, nuts to bolts. Starting with the propane and the tanks and the service valves, pigtails, regulators, stoves, refrigerators, Alde systems, all of it. We're going to teach you everything that you need to know to safely run and maintain and use your propane systems in your TAB trailer. In episode 1, we talked about propane and the propane tanks that's held in. In this video, part 2, we're going to teach you about the service valves. These service valves are significantly complex little guys, have lots and lots of safety features on them. We're going to teach you everything that you need to know about these service valves so that you can use and maintain your TAB trailer in safety and in comfort. In any case, let's get at it.
A quick history. In the past, propane tanks containing between 4 and 40 pounds of propane used a valve called POL, named after Prestolite, the company that developed it. But these valves were missing many of today's safety features. New OPD valve. In the USA, as of April 2002, the Department of Transportation required a new style valve. Any tank that carries between 4 and 40 pounds of propane must be equipped with a newer style OPD valve, an acronym meaning Overfill Protection Device. These valves have many, many more safety features than the previous POL valves. Easy to identify. The older POL valve on the left has a star-shaped handle. The newer OPD valve on the right has a triangular handle. Warning: you should never use or attempt to fill tanks with the older style POL valves. Fun fact: look closely at the screws that hold the handles on. A tamper-resistant screw has been used. This has made it more difficult for sneaky owners to swap a new handle onto an old POL valve in an attempt to get an older tank filled during the transition.
Hello, welcome back. From the video, you recognize this service valve of the type called OPD. It's got all the new safety features built into it. You identify it because of its triangle-shaped valve. You know the little bit of trivia about the security screw being put in the top. When we start talking about the service valves, and you look at this, you see the very first safety feature that's built around this valve. Most people think that this is just a handle. It's not. This cage protects this valve from being hit. If something swings here and breaks that off or breaks the handle or this falls over, ugly things can happen. This is the first safety feature of those valves. Okay, let's talk about safety feature number 2. This one's really important. Take our service valve. I have nothing connected to it. Let's just turn it on. Well, what the heck? Nothing happened. Why isn't gas coming out of here? Well, this is a pigtail. This is not like what's on your trailer, but similar in the end of this. When you plug a device into the end of here and you screw it on, this tip of this device is pushing down a plunger in there. And unless that plunger is depressed, no gas can come out of here. So here's a diagram and a quick explanation, cutaway of what's going on in the very front of this.
Here's a cutaway diagram of an OPD valve on the right and a pigtail connector on the left. With no pigtail connected, the red plunger within the OPD valve is being held forward and sealing the propane off. When the pigtail is connected and screwed into the OBT valve, the blue nipple presses down on the red plunger, pushing the red plunger back and releasing gas into the pigtail connector.
The next safety feature on these service valves is the overpressure relief valve.
On the right side of the OPD valve, there is a blue spring pressing closed a red plunger. That spring is pressing the plunger at about 300 psi. When the gas inside the valve exceeds 300 psi, that gas pushes back the red plunger, the gas leaks past the spring and comes out the back of the valve.
We learned in the first video that the pressure in this propane tank is directly proportional to the temperature of the propane in this tank. As the temperature of this propane comes up and up and up, so does its pressure. Right now, at room temperature, we've got about 150 pounds per square inch inside this tank. If we take this outside on a warm day, 100 degrees Fahrenheit, that pressure will move from 150 to about 175. You can get these quite hot if they're baking in the sun in Phoenix or something, or maybe in your trunk. The temperature of this can come way up, and when it does, that pressure goes up and up and up and up. This little piece of this pressure relief valve, this little guy here, is supposed to vent the excess gas before this tank gets to the point where it would rupture. And that happens at about 312 psi. So this tank comes way up in temperature, way up in pressure. And when that pressure gets to 312 psi, this guy will start venting gas out to keep the pressure in here down. Pretty straightforward. That's also why you don't want to store these on their side or in locations where people live, is because that overpressure valve, it's going to do its job. If you put this in your trunk of your car and your car gets really hot in the sun, it's possible that this could start venting propane into your trunk. That's not going to be a good day. The next safety feature that we want to talk about in this service valve is the actual handle itself. Inside here, there are 3 sealing surfaces.
When the blue shaft is turned all the way down, it seals against the bottom red washer. When the shaft is spun all the way up, it seals against the top red washer. When the shaft is in the middle position, it seals against the yellow O-ring.
Okay. To make this valve assembly a little more clear to you, I made a little model, pretty crude little thing, but it should help you understand what's going on. This valve is that valve. This brown pipe is the shaft itself. When the valve is down, when you screw it all the way down, propane is sealed at the bottom of the valve. When you start to screw this up, propane can, if this little sleeve is worn out, this packing valve is worn out, you can see that gas could go up through here and come out here, so that when this is down, it's sealed, both here and here. When it's up, it's sealed both here and here. You see at the bottom how there's a seal, and at the top there's a seal. That's the whole point of this part of the video. This tank is quite old, and this seal this packing nut can be worn out. So this valve needs to be up or down, not left in the middle somewhere. Pretty neat little device. The point being is that this tank should only be in one of two positions. It should be closed, or it should be all the way open. All the way open. Open, open, open. And why is that? Well, you're going to hear wives' tales about how you should open this up a little bit, open it all the way up, and then back it down. Don't do that. You remember the tank over here? Let me close this up. Remember the tank over here? That was built in 2002. So what do you think about that rubber seal that's around that shaft? It's going to be really old. It's old. So it may not be sealing right. So that gas could be coming out and around from that packing nut. You've seen like your garden hose, a faucet outside where it leaks around the packing nut. That's why, especially if you're swapping your tanks out and you're using older tanks, that this valve needs to be all the way down to have the gas off, or all the way up to have the gas on and sealing in case the packing nut is bad. Just a really important piece there. Hello, Tabbers. We are coming down the home stretch. The next feature that we need to talk about in these service valves is the OPD valve itself. There's a device inside this tank, fairly simple in concept. You don't mess with it because it's inside the tank and you'll not get into it, but you need to know how it operates. So let's get at it.
Overfill protection device. Now that you know how important it is that these tanks never get filled over 80%, it's time to talk about the safety device that prevents it. Although the actual implementation is complex, the idea is very simple. It works just like your toilet float valve. The float rides on the surface of the liquid of propane. As the tank is filled, the float rises up, and if the level gets too high, it closes and shuts off. This prevents the tank from ever getting filled above the safe level.
Okay, we're going to talk about the last features of this service valve. This piece has to do with the people that fill this, the dip tube and the service vent. I'm going to take you off the tripod and we're going to zoom in so I can show you exactly what's going on. Okay, we're now looking at the valve. That is the service vent, also known as a bleed valve. So let's go see what this is about.
Dip tube and bleed valve. The dip tube and bleed valve are used when the tank is filled. The tube is directly connected to the bleed screw. As the technician is filling the tank, they will slightly open the bleed valve and let a tiny bit of gas leak out. As the tank is filled and the liquid rises, it will reach the level of the dip tube and stream out of the vent before the float ever shuts off the gas coming in. This is how the technician knows to stop. The float only acts as a last resort backup.
Okay, I am on my back deck, away from everything. I'm going to demonstrate the bleed valve to you. Don't do this at home. I'm going to do this so you don't have to. I am away from everything. There are no there are no flammable anything around here. No open flames, no nothing. So when a professional starts to fill one of these things, the first thing he will do is he will reach in and he will turn the bleed valve. And you can hear that gas come out. So the gas starts to fill. It starts to fill and fill and fill and fill until it gets to the dip tube. Now the overpressure relief valve hasn't closed off all the way. The liquids just come up to the to the dip tube. So this is what happens. I'm going to turn this guy on his end so that liquid will come into the bleed valve or into the dip tube, and this is what the technician sees. That's how the filler guy knows that the level's up high enough. Not that the OPD valve triggered, it's just that the liquid came up to the dip tube, and then you started to see the fluid come out. It's that simple. It's not the OPD valve that stops the filling. It's that the technician sees that the level has hit the dip tube. That's all. The OPD valve doesn't stop him from filling it. It's just a last resort that would prevent him from overfilling it. But he fills it until the dip tube goes in the water into the liquid, and then he sees the fluid coming out. But if he didn't open that little bleeder valve and filled it up, the OPD valve would then act as a backup and stop. Pretty cool. So that's it, folks. You now know everything you need to know about your service valves on your Tab trailer. So stick with us and we'll get into the next one, Pigtails. See you later.